No, I am not a fan of MK1. It kind of had me brainwashed when it first came out that it was fun. And also Kenshi had me brainwashed. Kenshi for me was the one. I wish I still had that intro. I lost that intro. Kenshi was the one fun character in Mortal Kombat 1 for me. Like when the game came out, at least he was so mechanically deep, right? He was so crazily mechanically deep. He was so complicated to play, but like if you actually like mastered him, or even got like not mastered but like intermediate with him, like you were doing some crazy ass shit. So I was very brainwashed by that. But as soon as I got bored with Kenshi, I was like, whoa, this game is actually like boring as fuck. It feels awkward. Like when it gets to the point where I'm using cameos outside of for pressure, because that's what I was using my cameo for at that point with Kenshi, was Cyrax, right? I was using Cyrax to like get that pressure, get my spirit out, and get to fucking putting them in a schmix, you know what I'm saying? So like when I actually had to switch over from that, because I got bored with Kenshi, and I wanted to try some different characters, I was like, whoa, the assists do not work well in this game. Did they feel janky? This weird ass feels like it should be fast, but it's actually super slow. Gameplay is super funky. Like, what the fuck is this? This is like the worst feeling Mortal Kombat or NRS game I've ever played, right? It had me fooled, dude. It had Tom Brady fooled in the beginning too. Bro, it had me fooled. As soon as I switched over to Scorpion. Because I switched over to Scorpion because that Mortal Kombat Deception skin came out. I was like, alright, I'm playing Scorpion. And I was immediately like, alright, I'm not having fun with this game anymore. And then I dipped out. And I came back, and because I also had problems with like finding matches online, right? Like it would take me 2 hours to find a fucking match, and I was hardwired with fiber internet, getting a gig up and a gig down, right? And it was taking me legit like 2 hours to find a fucking match, and so that fed me up. I stopped playing because of that too. And then I came back when Omni-Man came out, expecting him to be super dope. And he had like one fucking combo route, and his combo did like 32% damage. I'm like, nope, that's fucking lame. On top of the fucking fact that I still couldn't find a goddamn match, and we were at the first DLC character 2.5, 3 months in. It's like, nah, I'm out. So then I came back for another character. I can't remember. Wasn't Peacemaker. I came back for Homelander a little bit after he came out. Homelander was kind of fun because of like how complicated his pressure was and some of his combos. Or not his pressure, but some of his combos. They were kind of complicated, so it had me for like a couple of days, and then eventually I was like, I'm still doing the same combo over and over again. I'm bored. Now, Takeda, on the other hand, Takeda was actually legitimately fun. He was almost worth looking past how boring and janky and weird the game felt because of how much freedom of expression you have with Takeda, right? Like, you have, off of each combo starter, right, launcher, you had like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 different combos that you could go into that were all almost viable in the same way with the amount of damage they did, and like putting you in a plus position, right, for Oki. They were almost all viable in that aspect. So like I played some Takeda. Dude, he was fun. Ghostface is okay until they took that move away and they killed the character like that. Did MK1 really die, like stop receiving support? According to like 3 different insiders, yes. According to 3 different insiders that the Thinny knows, yeah, because of how it wasn't the only reason, right? There were some other reasons that weren't listed, but one of the reasons, the one reason that got really listed, right, was that Chaos Reigns sold so poorly. That was one of the reasons they canceled it. So yeah, we were supposed to get not only Combat Pack 3, dude. Not only Combat Pack 3, we were supposed to get another story expansion. Or at least that was the leak, right? That was from the insider. I remember Sonic Fox basically saying crowdfunding MK1 would be the way to go to bring it back, but bro, we just went all the money. Yeah, Sonic Fox is like one of the best Mortal Kombat players to ever live. He's really good at fighting games in general. He proved that with Dragon Ball FighterZ, but like Mortal Kombat, he just kind of owns it. But I mean, if we look back at it, bro, like MKX did so well with crowdfunding. They funded a lot of the tournaments, like official tournaments with like crowdfunded specific skins. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. Well, I have an idea of why they don't do that anymore. It's because WB has completely crashed in everything they've tried to do, right? Like every game that they put out now is complete trash, and they're just basically losing money, like funneling money down the toilet, bro. So they don't do crowdfunding because every bit of money that's spent on the game probably has to go back into WB. You know, I really would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Mortal Kombat dies for a little bit until like another publisher picks it up because of how bad WB is doing right now. I would not be surprised if we did not, like, MK1 was the last Mortal Kombat for like the next 8 to 9 years. It's a scary thought. I would not be surprised. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, right? But I wouldn't be surprised because it really is. Mortal Kombat 1 feels like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite in that aspect. A lot of people don't like anything to do with the game. A lot of people don't like the story. They don't like the designs of the characters. They got rid of Hanzo Hasashi as Scorpion, right? Like, look at that when it comes to the cast, right? What was one of the biggest problems with the MVCI for a lot of people? It was the cast. Nobody liked the Marvel side of the cast. It was all MCU bullshit, right? Like, if they weren't in the MCU, they weren't there. We didn't get X-Men. The story was atrocious. Mortal Kombat 1 for a lot of people, even though I liked it, right? The one big difference there is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was actually super fun to play. Like I said, super fucking fun to play. One of the most fun Marvel vs. Capcoms in my opinion. It was just so fun. So that's the big difference there. The lack of game modes, like even MVCI had like an online lobby system, right? It had online lobbies. Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't have that a year and a half into development, a year and a half into its life cycle, and we're never going to get it. Right? We're not getting that shit. MK11 had it, Injustice 2 had it, Injustice 1 had it, MKX had it. It's the first NRS game besides MK9 that I think does not have it. It's crazy. So yeah, I think we could be heading into the dark age of Mortal Kombat. And that sucks, dude. That sucks because even back in the dark ages, right, we were still getting like, we went from UMVC 3 to MK4, which was trash in my opinion. We had some bad games, but then we eventually got Deception, Armageddon, and Deadly Alliance, which were like dope. They weren't Mortal Kombat 2D fighters. They were 3D fighters. But like we went straight from that. I think Armageddon came out in what? Armageddon came out in 2006. We had a dark age for like 4 years. 5 years. We had a 5-year dark age. We could be looking at that again. And that was because Midway went, well, no, we had MK versus DC that came out in 2008. So it was like a 3-year dark age because Midway went under. We could be looking at that again. Like, WB's so big, maybe not. Like, I don't see them going under like Midway, but like not being able to afford another Mortal Kombat, dude, so we just don't get one. Yeah, we're gonna be like 40, dude. I'm 26. If we don't get another Mortal Kombat for 8 years, I will be halfway to 40. I'm about to turn 27. Some designs sucked, but Reptile, Katana, Takeda, Quan Chi look great. I've never liked Quan Chi's design in general. I will say he looks the best in MK1. Reptile, yeah, looks sick. Katana looks great. Melina looks great, I think. I think it's more of like the story, the lore design, right? Because Raiden isn't Raiden. Hanzo isn't Hanzo. Scorpion isn't Scorpion. Scorpion's Kuai Liang, who is actually Sub-Zero, supposed to be. So it's more like designs as far as that goes. Oh, he's been at 4 or 5K for a year, yeah. It's rough. I need to stop being so negative in some of my videos. I have very honest opinions, right? Like, I really don't sugarcoat what I say, but I try to say it in a very respectful manner for the most part, right? If I feel like shit is like bad in the video game that I play or in the franchise that I love, you know, I love Dead by Daylight. I love it so much. It's one of the only games out there like it, right? It's the same with Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat. There isn't another Mortal Kombat. Yeah, there's other fighting games, but there's not other Mortal Kombats, right? It's its own thing. So like, I'm very passionate about Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm Studios. I'm very passionate about Dead by Daylight. Like, I want them to be better. I want them to do better. I want them to succeed. And I feel like nothing ever gets better. Nothing that is bad ever gets better just by saying, oh, it's fun. You know, like, they're trying, it's fun. Or not listing, like, specific problems that the game has or the situation has, right? Like, you need to give criticism. That's how shit gets better, right? I try not to be, like, super mean about it because there's no point in that. There's absolutely no point in that. The truth is that there are things I don't like about MK11, or MK1, sorry, and there are things that I do like in MK1, so to be fair, there are definitely things in MK1 I like. Now, I was super negative about MK11 because MK11, I truly feel like, is one of the worst fighting games ever made. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like MK11, the reason it didn't do as bad is because there's a lot of content. A lot of the characters, you know, are pretty faithful to how they've always been. The guest characters were pretty cool. I will say Spawn, right? The story was a story. It's a big old story. It had a lot of different game modes. Like, it had a lot of content. It was very also casual in the gameplay design. And so it pulled in a lot of casual players because it was easier to do better in that game. And that was one of my major problems with it. It had so many comeback mechanics, so many weird defensive mechanics, right? With fatal blows, crushing blows, the roll wake-ups, the defensive meter on offensive meter in general. I truly feel like it's one of the worst fighting games ever made. Gameplay-wise, at least, I guess. But, you know, like, MK1 is 10 times better than that, right? Yeah, MK1 absolutely had way too many microtransactions. That was the thing. In MK11, did you have to pay... When the skins first started coming out, they were $10 to $12, dude. Did you have to pay $10 to $12 per skin? You know, in MK11, no. They had packs of skins that were less than that. You're paying for one skin, that much for one fucking skin in MK1. I think they lowered it to like $5 to $7, $8. But even then, that's ridiculous. I think I paid for the Halloween pack in MK11. I don't remember if it was on sale or not. I think I paid like $7 or $8 for 4 skins. What was the movie pack? What was the price of that? Wasn't it like $8 or $9, $10 for like all of those skins? And they were like, they had the original like actors, bro. And they were completely modeled. Like, they were awesome. $5 for that pack, bro? $9? That's my thing, dude. And we're paying more than that. We're paying way more than that for one skin, dog. That's crazy. The fuck were they thinking? Yeah, you have every right as a consumer. I don't like to be, like, I don't, like, want to end up like that dude we were just watching, right? It's so easy to go down that path in content creation when you're first starting out, especially in a saturated era like this for content creation of like just being negative, being mean, calling everybody out for anything, right? Even people that you like outside of content creation, making your content like Max and shit, like you're even calling the people that you like out, dog. Like, it's so easy to go down that route because you get views, right? People are clicking on it because it's clickbait. It's interesting. Like, people want to see why you're hating, dog. But there's a ceiling, dude. It's the Garden of Eden apple, dog. It's the Garden of Eden apple. You take a bite of that motherfucker, you get views, yeah, but nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. You have a very small sector of, like, a cult following of fucking douchebags, right? Who like you. But as soon as you say something positive on something that they don't like you either. Like, nobody likes you. It's crazy. It's comp seeing is dead, invasion mode. Yeah, everything's dead for it, bro. Like, it's got 492 viewers, dog. Tekken 8 only has 2,000, but that's still 4 times the amount that Mortal Kombat 1 has. I think Street Fighter has 6.2. I mean, this is New Year's Day on a Wednesday at 11:51 at night. Yeah. What was the last big tournament you heard for Mortal Kombat 1? Didn't Mortal Kombat 1 at EVO, the year it came out, only have like 600 entrants, something like that, compared to the 6,000 that Street Fighter 6 had? Street Fighter 6. But popping since it came out, though. Momochi's on, Idom's on, Knuckle Doo's on, Spooky's on, Tampa Never Sleeps is doing a tournament. Dudes who have been playing the game since it come out are still playing the game and doing very well. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.